Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. My rebirth.
Oh.
My rebirth, Jabes.
Oh.
It's been canceled.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you told Giorgio yet?
No, I'm going to tell him live on air today. Giorgio, the rebirth of Ross at Coachella has been canceled, okay?
He has been buying sparkles, feathers. I mean, he has been getting ready for Coachella.
I won't be reborn this year.
Boas.
It's all over. You heard what happened, Giorgio, right?
I did.
Kanye canceled.
Which means we can't go.
You can't go.
Now, that's what the rebirth was predicated.
It had a lot to do with it. Swedish House Mafia, obviously.
It's still going to be there.
But then Kanye as well, and that was a bang bang on that. I can't get my dick hard for Harry Styles and Billie Eilish as the two headliners. I don't know who's going to replace Kanye now, but I can't get my dick hard for those two.
Okay.
I do love me some Billie Eilish.
I do as well, but I feel like we've seen it.
I don't really love Billie Eilish. I love women when they're at a Billie Eilish show.
There you go.
Okay, there you go. There's a better answer for you right there.
And Swedish House. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know you guys were going to rebirth specifically for Kanye. I thought there was
You've seen him, right?
Yes, yeah. I saw him at the Glow in the Dark tour with NERD and Rihanna.
I seen Kanye at Bonnaroo at a giant festival.
Yeah.
And that was during the Yeezus tour.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Late in the game.
Very good.
How was it? Oh, very
good.
Good.
Very good. And the stage is always something like you've never seen before. You were there with me at Coachella when he was up on was it a crane or a cross or something like that? Like Jesus on top. He was hovering over 150,000 people to start the show.
Maybe that was me.
Yeah, I've got a pic of it. Well, of Kanye at least.
Yeah.
And whenever you see him, you don't know what you're going to get. It's going to be crazy. Travis Scott was supposed to be there as well. He was going to bring Travis Scott out. And
Marilyn Manson, I think.
Yep. And he just canceled.
Going to do a
so that would have been
house tour.
That would have been fun. But now we don't have that, and it's going to be somebody gimpy taking the spot.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to think of like, who is massive enough to take that spot last minute? Because I think you're 10, 11 days out.
Right.
And usually Coachella, a performance there is like a performance of a lifetime, where if you're doing it, you better go big because everybody's streaming it and you see a huge bump after that. But
maybe like a Third Eye Blind?
Ooh,
yeah.
Classic. I was thinking something new.
Who?
Okay.
Like a Bad Bunny?
Okay.
Gross.
Okay.
Maybe a Jay-Z Beyonce collab show?
If I wanted to see a fucking concert all in Spanish, good luck.
Maybe a Pete Davidson comedy set.
Oh my God, yes.
Right? Or he has some songs.
Him and Smash Mouth.
Yes. He could do like an SNL favorite. He's been doing a lot of, rap songs.
Sure.
He has a catalog.
It's not good. It's not good.
But I think they should have something for the olds at Coachella, right? Like a Third Eye Blind.
Well,
or
then
like
go like Rolling Stones or somebody like that.
Too old, though.
Too old, buddy.
Okay.
We're talking more like our generation.
Like Jumper.
So,
Jumper Live would just like flood Coachella.
yeah, that would just
Step back
kill.
from that
If you
ledge.
were like tripping out and Jumper came on,
you'd go
right?
nuts.
You'd go nuts.
Yeah. But I don't know who it's going to be. Because like Drake is not going to take this last minute.
No.
There's not like Beyonce, Jay-Z, all those guys, like that's not enough preparation for them.
Taylor Swift?
Well, so here's what I was...
I'm going to let you speak,
Here's the weird thing, is like when I heard it, I immediately thought, all right, Foo Fighters. And then can't do that anymore.
Right.
But like a rock band that doesn't need a huge stage, but has a ton of hits.
Right.
Who is that besides Foo Fighters? Taylor Swift, I think, would require... Well, I think she just did it 2 years ago, maybe. But that would require a big stage setup. Like a rock band would not, but you need a ton of hits. And who's good in front of 100,000 people?
Green Day?
Foo Fighters would be it.
Green Day.
Oh, gross.
Oh my gosh.
They only played Dookie.
Yeah. Dude.
It's a Dookie set only.
And they call the tent the Olds, right? That would be good.
Oh, I don't know. We'll find
and
out.
Avril, I think Avril's playing anyways. Maybe we put Avril in the Olds.
She has been tuning up lately.
Yeah.
Dude, Fred Durst shows up.
Yes.
Yes. People would want that, but not as a headliner. Not as a headliner.
And then like the kids would come to the Olds tent and be like, man,
If you just had a
these
lineup of
Olds
them
are actually cool, huh?
all day,
Yeah.
just a tent of them all day, the hits.
All day.
I mean, most of these
all
festivals,
day.
they usually do this though, right? Like it's kind of like well spread out. Like especially like Bonnaroo, you have all
Yeah.
the like ACL. They try to hit like that's why George Strait plays ACL.
Correct.
Right,
Yeah, and
right.
That's why I'm saying the Stones. You try to hit all the demographics. So I'm going to guess rock band, but it's going to be a lot of hits.
Okay.
What are they saying?
Yeah, people have some stuff. So we have Kiss. Again, a little bit too. We have Slipknot.
No. Slipknot at
The
Coachella.
Offspring will be in the Olds. The Offspring, and we could get down to the Offspring.
Nickelback.
Black Keys, they should be playing anyways. Flaming Lips should be playing anyways.
No, Boston Joe said Kings of Leon. Fuck, dude. All right. That'd be
Right.
dope. I've seen them a few times.
Right.
They're great.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if they have anything new. Who has something new?
Metallica with that orchestra behind them.
Oh, shit,
now
dude.
That
Now that would
really,
fucking rock the bells, dude.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. I'd be
And
into
then
that.
in the Olds tent, we only have like that, like certain drugs,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we can't handle all of the stuff.
10 milligram gummies.
Yeah. But
Spliffs that are
already
mostly
cut in
tobacco.
half. Like nibbles already taken for you.
Yeah.
So that you don't actually get a whole gummy. Like you have to prove, you know what I mean? Wristband will give you the things. Alcohol, weed, a little bit of Coke has to be super pure if you want to get down like that. And then
Right.
mushrooms and very heroin-based acid.
I wonder if Dr. Dre and Snoop and those guys, since they just did the Super Bowl and rehearsed for it, if they could slide into that maybe. Is that what people would be amped about that?
Yeah.
Would they?
I think so.
Mm.
It's LA.
I don't think they were that amped about the Super Bowl.
Now, by the way, when I'm saying olds, I'm saying olds, but I don't really mean like olds.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like I mean olds compared to the 18-year-olds that are at Coachella.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So something that they can still be like, oh,
A
like
late
their
80s,
parents.
early 90s band.
Yeah.
You just want dad rock.
Dad rock, but like Bob, not our dad rock, right? Like, so people that are like 18 now, what's their dad
Matchbox
rock?
20?
You know?
It's fucking like the
was
Black
their-
Keys and
Yeah,
shit.
like
Yeah.
what was their dad like
Yeah.
rocking out to
They're
while they're
still famous.
fixing?
Like Black Keys are still famous.
I
Like,
know.
Snow
Red
Patrol's
Hot
still
Chili Peppers.
Right.
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is on classic rock stations, which blows my
Oh,
mind.
100%.
But it is
And I just heard a new song by them. That could be a possibility for sure. For sure. Rick Rubin just did a whole week on Red Hot Chili Peppers. Each member of the band did an interview on his
Beastie
podcast.
Boys could be in the olds.
No.
They're dead.
There's a dead
One of
guy.
them's dead.
Come on, man.
Aren't they like?
You're better than this.
I know, but
No, they're not doing any more shows.
done totally.
They're done.
Yeah, that was it.
And Flea's immortal, so
Yeah, but
Flea will live forever.
They're not the same without John Frusciante. I don't think he's in the band right now, is he?
No.
Yeah,
Not-
they're-
well,
they're-
some-
they-
somebody
keeps
replaced
coming
him.
back.
Yeah, somebody
He
replaced
keeps
him.
like relapsing and then coming back.
You know what was a really weird show to see? I saw like 2-3 years ago was Blink 182 without Tom DeLong.
That's
Oh,
right.
shit. Yeah, how was
weird.
that?
It was great when Hoppus was singing because you don't notice, but
'Cause you
there was
don't
a couple
notice.
songs that were DeLong songs, and
Oh, the most. Where are you?
yeah, and it was just like, no, you can't do this.
can't.
Yeah,
Who was? So is he not going back at all?
no,
No.
he's a
Anyways.
crazy person.
He's out.
Like he's chasing UFOs.
He's working for the government.
I know, but he can't pull it together for
No,
one.
dude. He's working for the government. He's got
show.
bigger things to deal with.
Dang.
He doesn't play rock music anymore like a child. He is an adult who's chasing UFOs.
What about the Gorillas?
I like the girl.
Are they big enough?
No.
That's just going to
The
see a
Gorillas
movie.
Blur.
Yeah.
They could do like Gorillas and Blur.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah.
Blur?
Yes. If that song came on, song number 2, you would.
Everybody would go bug fuck.
Right.
But then there's no other catalog to back that up.
Literally no other song. You play that one song.
There's one gorilla, right? I'm happy.
No, there's a bunch of gorillas.
Is there?
Yeah,
It's
there's
just
a bunch
that
of,
one.
No.
It's just that one, I feel.
What about
Just that
Nerd
one.
too? Nerd.
Pharrell's bigger than Nerd now.
He is.
Yeah, but what if like he came back with Nerd only?
Oh, you know what would be great, actually? Just coming to mind, Tyler, the Creator, actually. If he decided to do it, that would be pretty baller.
What about Travis Scott Redemption begins at Coachella?
He was going to be with Kanye.
Yeah.
So that would, Bob, that was already in the mix. And then once Kanye dropped out, so he's out now.
Does he need a redemption?
Who?
Yeah, I guess, huh? He's
Travis
gone,
Scott?
He's gone to
yeah,
the
dude.
other side.
They've canceled everything that he's ever done now after that Astro World bullshit.
All you have to do to get over crushing children and other people to death is crush.
Yeah.
He's got a crush to make people
He's
forget
just got
the
to
crush.
crush. He's just got to crush. And then, like, be really safe about it or something, you know? Sammy Hagar. We won't accept Sammy Hagar without Chickenfoot, the band Chickenfoot.
Yeah, we all know you're a
We
huge
all-
Chickenfoot fan.
We all know I don't know Sammy Hagar any other way but with Chickenfoot.
You don't do Hagar without Chickenfoot. And I understand that. Right said Fred. Well, I mean, Drake could bring them up. He's got one of their songs.
Real Big Fish. Primus.
Primus. Let's go. Let's go, fam.
Incubus, maybe.
Incubus,
What about 30
maybe.
Seconds to Mars? You know, Jared Leto can
yeah,
pop out.
sorry, we do need
and
to.
He
Don't
could pop
get
out
me
and do it.
started on Remember Them because
30
it'll be a
Seconds
whole
to Mars
show.
was actually pretty decent. Now, what he's doing to himself as an actor these days is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking crazy. So on this Morbius set here, he faked being disabled.
Yes.
Yeah. Just let it sit.
Well-
He faked being disabled because it was part of his method acting, Giorgio. He was
Giorgio
using
has
crutches
some thoughts, and we'll let him speak in a second.
Go ahead, Giorgio.
In a second. Not
Oh,
yet.
all
Not
right.
yet. Not yet.
All right. All right.
Not the Giorgio show.
So he was taking too long in between shots on the crutches, and so the director had to go to him and ask if they could use a wheelchair to speed it up because they were going over time every single day. So
There's also
there's
parts
that.
in the movie that he's not disabled, but he said that he needs to feel that pain all the time because the character did. At least in the memory, right?
So I actually, this happened to a friend of ours, Clayne Crawford. Shooting a movie with James Franco called The Great Raid, where his feet were injured in that, and in between every shot, they would have a crew member bandage his feet and carry him off set. And I go, how did everybody not lose their mind? It was a $110 million budget, and they put up with that bullshit for 6 months, and that's, yeah. Between every scene, they would carry him back to the fucking trailer.
Yeah. I think he needs to be stopped. Again, like I said, if he was amazing, we let it go, right? Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis would do some fucking crazy ass shit,
DDL, yeah.
you know, completely alienate his family, cast members, everything.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody really knows who he is, but he was amazing. And people kind of like Jared Leto coming up. He was in My So-Called Life. I think he peaked with Dallas Buyers Club, and I think it completely ruined him. I think that's when he started the cult, Bob.
Yeah.
I think that's when he just completely lost his mind.
That's when he, I think, went.
That's the
Well,
splice.
He didn't. I think he had already like gone full artist, but that's when he was vindicated for going
Vindicated for it.
full
Because
artist.
he, Requiem, he did live on the streets of New York.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Why not? He was eating out of dumpsters. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That's real.
Right. And then he finally got
And that was-
an award
Oh, yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
And then it's just, I mean, if you're going method for Marvel movies. Okay, so he lived on the streets of New York for Requiem. He creepily gifted his Suicide Squad co-stars anal beads, condoms, and a mouse.
Oh, to play the Joker. Yeah, I remember that. A dead mouse.
Can you imagine in character, Jared Leto after Rap Party
Yeah.
comes up to you,
Hey, here you go. Oh, thanks, Jared. Fuck off.
blinding himself with special lenses while playing Neander, whatever, in Blade Runner.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Necessary.
the living vampire Morbius is his latest ridiculous escapade. Yes, Giorgio, it is your turn,
time.
Giorgio.
It's your time to
I
shine.
want to go back to this Blade Runner thing that we just brought up.
Okay.
Oh.
Is he's blind, yes, but he plugs in eyes that are robots that fly around the room, so he can see.
Same with Stevie Wonder.
And this is what I'm saying too, is like, how far, like, now we're getting into like, you're not going far enough. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
now we're getting into territory of like,
He should have had his whole fucking eyeballs removed.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, let's pull him out. All right?
100%, and then hold them, like the
Yeah.
guy from Pan's Labyrinth.
100%.
yeah. Or like
What'd you say?
living on
I
the
said
street.
All Real Monsters. It's I don't know if it might have been too late to the game for you. It's a cartoon in my childhood.
You know, I'm not a big cartoon guy. Never have been, actually.
Yeah.
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 I don't know anything about cartoons.
He
Nothing.
speaks of this monster.
Yeah, All Real Monsters.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. There you go.
He
Oh,
was
right.
He
All
was
right.
pretty crazy, right? Did I remember pretty?
Really crazy.
Yeah.
He was really crazy.
And the vampire, like, why are you not, do you know what I mean? Sucking.
Blood.
Well,
What?
I think
Do you know what I
he
mean?
was doing with the cult, with the sex cult. And
We
here's the other
think,
fucked up
but-
thing. Here's the other fucked up thing about this, right? So he shows up, he's at the Grammys on Sunday night, and Bob, see if you can pull up that picture, just type in Jared Leto and Olivia Rodrigo. They take a picture together, and the whole internet starts saying, girl, watch out, girl, watch out. If everybody knows about this fucking sex cult that's going on, why is nobody doing anything about it?
Well, we notoriously, right?
Is that what he wore?
Is he wearing a blouse?
Look at that.
That's not a blouse.
Zoom in. Zoom into that, Bob.
By the way, his best look. By the way, his most masculine look he's ever done.
That's lace.
He's a good
I
looking
know,
man.
but it's like
he's
the
fucking
most
51 and he looks that good.
the
It's crazy.
most masculine there he ever has.
He's almost 3 times her age.
Well, yeah, but Hollywood is not super great with open secrets, and no one really wants to be the first one, right?
It's totally true. Everybody knew about Weinstein and all that shit.
Exactly.
But everybody was like, am I going to get blacklisted? Do I
In
need to?
Hollywood and with these things, you always want to be the second girl to come out.
Yeah.
Also, who have we really thrown in jail or gotten in trouble but the olds and the uggos?
Yeah, exactly. Like, we wait till we don't need them anymore, and then we cancel them and throw them in jail, right?
Like who was like, no, not Bill Cosby in 2016.
yeah.
Hannibal
Oh,
Buress.
he had so many projects in the works. Even Will Smith, it's like he's gonna go to Dubai for a little bit. He's gonna be fine. We still need him.
You know, by the way, I
you
heard
have to
an
be-
interesting story about him. With his reps and this whole canceling in Hollywood and shit. Apparently, they had a CAA had a retreat over the weekend, and they were trying to decide. It was already scheduled anyways, so it's not like they did it because of Will Smith. But the 3 heads of CAA got together, and they were like, "Do we just drop this motherfucker?" Because every instance that something like this has gone on, Mel Gibson, everything else,
Sure.
the agency has always dropped the client. No ifs, ands, or buts. And apparently it was like a heated argument with one of the presidents was like, let's nuke this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm sure they had a discussion about it, but they're not going to.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
They didn't.
they're not going to. And then Jared Leto, we need to be, Bob is right, we need to be kind of done with them already. And it needs to be like, glaringly obvious.
Dude, he invited
But
her
basically
over.
done already.
Yeah. I'm just looking at this like he invited her over. Now, granted, she's of age.
Right.
Yeah,
So
barely.
But
Barely.
she is legal.
Sure.
She's legal.
But yeah, he was definitely He was like, "Come to my mansion.
For sure.
Come to."
And the
come
first
join
time,
me."
nothing happens. He's very good.
Yeah.
The first time, it's just to hang. Do you know what I mean? There's other people there.
Have you been there?
It's fun. Yeah.
You're speaking as if you've been there before.
Yeah, he's very good. I did not get invited back. He doesn't like a wino mom drunk, apparently, but no. But he does, and then he kind of, I hate to say groom, but he will, it'll be a couple times, and then he'll make it their choice, right? He'll make them think it was their decision.
Just whatever. Come
go
out
down
come
there.
into the light. Step into the light.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want this? Because like we don't know.
Yeah. No.
Are you brave
And then
enough?
kind of like he does the game, like the book, The Game a little bit. He has other girls there.
Sure.
That he's like more, older girls.
Make
that
him
he
feel
like,
less than, yeah.
Yeah. Makes him feel less than, makes it, no. And then they keep trying to come back and it's there. So he's good at it to the point where it's not going to come out until we're done with him. But yeah. So you're saying he probably sucks blood in the cult, but I'm like, okay, you're playing a vampire. You want to get everything fucking right.
Yeah.
Have the limp, suck blood, like really try and
The blood,
suck
here's the
people's
thing.
blood.
The
Like
blood,
you
the
have
blood
to
sucking
really,
thing, yeah, he's already done that. So we know that.
Okay.
It's the limping around on set in a wheelchair and all that shit. In today's world, just faking being disabled really isn't the thing anymore.
And I think the other thing is like the only sets that I've been on are quite low budget, and that like you really can't. You don't
Brings
have
me
time.
back to Michael Morbius's life and his backstory.
Oh, right,
So like
right.
this is part
Very
of the
parallel.
Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't know if you guys know this.
No, Morbius isn't MCU.
Or DC, sorry.
No, it's Marvel, but it's not in the MCU.
Okay.
Sony. It's like Venom.
Okay, so like he does come into contact with Spider-Man at some point. But
This has been Dork Patrol with
Yeah,
Bob and
Jesus
Giorgio.
Christ. On page 36 of the comic book of Morbius.
but basically he has a blood disease and he becomes like a cripple. And I think Jared Leto's
Okay.
playing that process of when he's becoming like degenerative and can't move.
Okay.
And he's super smart, and him and his best friend try to cure it with this bat DNA and electroshock therapy.
Okay, then he really needs to get that shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like
wanna
if
see him
you are
shocked.
gonna go and you're gonna hold up production because you're limping to the bathroom,
Yeah.
I need electroshock therapy, really. I need bat DNA. Like it really needs, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't do some stuff and not others. Right? Oh, I'm
Bat
faking.
DNA inside Jared Leto.
Like, I'm
James.
faking the limp. Oh, cool. Like it's so hard.
Just because he really got AIDS for
So
Dallas
you can-
Buyers Club,
So
like
you need the pain of the limp, but you can fake bat DNA in you
Yeah,
and
who's
like.
to say Jared Leto didn't start COVID?
yeah,
We don't know.
we don't know that.
Remember when he like emerged from that retreat and COVID had been, or we had been shut down for like, what was it, 12 days or
No.
weeks,
It
right?
was like 3 weeks.
yeah.
He had
And
no
he was
idea.
like, "Ree."
It might have been longer than. It might have been like 2 months.
It was something
It was
crazy
something wild.
where Jared
It's
Leto
like,
goes,
what the fuck, bro?
what did I miss? You know what I mean? And we're all like, Jared Leto, where the fuck have you been? Yeah, so
Yeah, but the whole fucking faking the disability and everything, and then just showing up at the Grammys and all that shit. I watched it, by the way. I was the one who watched the Grammys. Just the one, because you didn't watch it with me. You're like, I'm done with this bullshit.
I watched the one performance and then I had to leave.
I took out the trash.
I had to leave.
Took out the trash. I come back in. You're sitting in shock. And you're like, hey,
But delighted. Like shocked but
you
delighted.
need to see this.
Yeah.
Let's rewind it. It
Yeah.
was BTS performing as, oh boy.
Is it Butter? Is that the song?
Yeah. It was Butter. It was a medley of their hits, right? All kind of combined.
Okay.
And they did a Mission Impossible theme for it.
Yeah.
Classic Asia, which is
Without-
10 years behind the rest of American culture. Still, where you're like, what the fuck, bro? Without a hint of irony
Not a
or like a wink towards the camera, they played it completely dead serious, as if They were the coolest guys on the planet doing this, and nobody had ever seen this. No one had ever seen Mission Impossible before.
Yeah. Like,
I fucking cringed so bad that I couldn't get through the whole thing. It made me so uncomfortable.
is there any way?
Yeah,
I mean,
they
we
did the
can't,
lasers
right?
where they're walking over the lasers.
Can we
I mean,
do
what
pictures
fucking
at
year did Mission
least?
Impossible come out, for Christ's sakes?
This seems more like what's the Captain Zeta-Jones movie
Oh,
with Sean Connery?
yeah, that was years before
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
No, but
No,
the
but
rest of it was Mission
They
Impossible.
did have to go through the laser things, right?
Yeah, Tom Cruise did. Yeah,
Yeah, but don't they have like a Mission Impossible that comes out like every other year?
Right, so it's both old and on trend, like at the same time.
for Asia,
Right.
they're still
'Cause they're
10 years
still-
behind.
But they're also still deep in the Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
They're 10 years behind, but also like
Yeah.
5 years ahead.
In certain ways, they're like
Anime?
completely-
Because anime BTS is like this is what an American boy band will look like in 5 or 6 years.
Right.
So
Right.
No, I think with all of this, here's my honest answer. I think it's a government regulated band that is just like, hey, it's a test. It's a government test of we want to combine all the genders, right? And in one day we'll look like this, where they're not even Asian. If you look at them, like it's hard to not say half that group isn't white. It's strange. I don't know if they bleach their skin or if it's makeup or whatever
and
the fuck
I
it
think
is.
it's widely known that they're trying to be a nondescript. They want to be white, I think.
colorism, I would do well in Asia. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, Bob,
yeah.
Bob,
Yeah,
you look
yeah.
like you should be in BTS.
Yeah.
They like pale skin in Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
And so, and then
And they make no bones, and it's not anything weird. They literally are just like, get your eyes fixed and bleach your face, and that's what we all want to do.
and 3 of them look like women that you'd fuck. Where I know Giorgio's, you got a thing for Asians, right?
I do.
Yeah. So
Oh, I didn't
3
know
of them
that.
you would.
Me too.
You would fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
Really, I did not know
I
that.
have a specific Asian, though. It's more like a blonde Asian with fake tits.
Well, throw a pair of fake
Like
tits on one of them. You're
So
good.
a Vegas Asian.
Yeah.
A Vegas Asian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like Filipino,
Evasion.
Yeah, I do a little Filipino action.
right? Like a Tila tequila kind
Yeah.
of thing. Not Asian enough.
Not-
I got
yeah.
you.
Well, she's also a Nazi.
Right.
Yeah, so you don't want that.
Yeah.
And bad tattoos.
Oh,
Well, I
I'm sorry.
like
are you
bad
guys
tattoos.
trying to date? Or
Tila
are we just
tequila, or you're just trying to
hanging out
bone? Yeah.
in Vegas for a night?
Just trying to
Because
bone.
doesn't matter if they're a Nazi.
You know what? I can be a camera husband to a nice Insta.
I dated a tatted up Asian girl for 2 years.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to her?
She's in New York now.
What kind of Asian?
Chinese.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Look
I'm more of a
that.
Vietnamese kind of guy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see you
He likes Giorgio
can
likes
see it's
more
in
of an
the middle.
aggressive Asian.
Yeah.
A lot of Nuyans.
with calves, like big calves.
Actually, one of them tried to explain this to me one time. I swear, these are her words, not mine. She was like, there's 2 types of Asians. There's fancy Asian and jungle Asian.
What's jungle Asian?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm the jungle Asian kind.
That's how I
No
describe
shit.
Mexicans. There's like cholas and Mayans.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can go real apocalypto if you want.
I used to be able to use that joke because I used to be Mexican. I'm not anymore, so I can't say that.
Can't
I'm going
say
to
it.
steal it from my act, if you don't mind.
No, take it.
Please.
Take it.
Very Mayan, and you know the ones.
Yes, the apocalypto ones. Yeah, flautists.
So,
Clapping in the streets.
trans blonde Asians. Last row.
Yeah, but
What's
no,
up,
that's
sweetheart? What's up, last row?
But that's what I picture Giorgio. Like it's on the cusp, where it's like, very athletic. Might have been a dude, but maybe not. Not like a thin, tall, beautiful Asian.
No,
you
yeah, I
know?
am kind of into the bodybuilder girls a little bit. Bob, if you could bring up Beefcake Patty.
Beefcake Patty. Is that an Asian?
No, it's not. She is a Instagram fitness girl.
Okay. And this is your jam? This was Alex Rodriguez's jam too, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what A-Rod used to date.
Yeah, but like, still very
too much.
feminine face,
No,
right?
no, dude. Look at the far right pick.
That's how you got to combo it. You got to go with real feminine, dainty face and haircut, but some
Yeah.
nice abs.
Too cut.
Too cut,
Too
dude.
cut.
That's too much.
She's addicted to the life now. Once it becomes your business and your product, you got to go all the way.
God, that's too much for me.
Giorgio just likes 2 pieces of steel grinding together. Like, he doesn't
Yeah.
like any kind of, squish, anything. He wants to try and grab onto something and just slip off the bed
Iron sharpens iron.
and not have anything to hold on to.
Yeah.
I have a shirt that says that.
Yeah, you do. I knew you did. I've never looked in your closet, and I already knew you did.
Did we have the pictures of the BTS performance up?
Yeah, we did.
Then
With the lasers and
the lasers. There's a control center one.
Yeah. It's the set of Mission Impossible, the jankier version of it, and they played it totally dead serious.
Dead serious.
It's a group created by the government. These aren't real people, and the songs they sing, by the way. This is super fucked up. They only learn the words in English, whoever writes the songs for them. Mm-hmm. Then they don't speak the rest of the language. They just learn the songs.
That's not them. That's all Korean bands.
Why?
Yeah, and then they do have, with BTS, they have one of them that like speaks the best, most like
And they push him out front.
American, yeah.
'Cause
And
it
so,
sells.
because what?
It sells.
Because it sells.
Yeah.
And so they'll be on the Today Show, and Hoda or something will ask one of them a question, and this guy will kind of get in front and answer. Uh-huh. And they're all kind of like nod their head and stuff. So, yes, it is manufactured. Yes, we know it is. But after that performance, I couldn't.
I can't do it. I can't even entertain it anymore.
I couldn't do it.
You just can't fucking say it to me. You can't say it to my face without me going off about it. Like, I hate it that much, where I want to just move on from this whole situation, right? At least with like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and those guys, you knew they were just out just crushing pussy every night. With these guys, it's just like, where do you go home? Is it a glass? Where do you recharge?
No,
Where does
it's
the
like
battery go?
The drawers.
Uh-huh.
They put them in the drawer
Yeah.
bed. Right? Power them down.
Power them down, and then they power back up.
They power them back up for the next.
Smooth like butter, butter. Smooth like butter.
But I actually, when they started the song, I didn't understand the connection to
I didn't understand the words.
the Mission Impossible theme, though. Do you know what I mean? Because it was
Butter?
like smooth like butter. Like a criminal. There we go.
Well, or did the
say-
butter get him into the building? Because they were sneaking around the building with the lasers.
It does say like a criminal in the. Yeah. Okay.
God damn, it was awful. Lowest rated Grammys of all time.
Mm-hmm.
There was a fuck ton of bands that I was just like, who is this? The person who won for Best Album, I've never even heard of. Best, like, Album of the Year, never even heard of. I understand now why Drake and those guys. So Drake gave back 2 of his nominations, and he said, fuck off, I don't even want to be there. I understand why they didn't even air those. They weren't even on the air. Best Rap Album wasn't aired.
What has happened to just all of art? Like movies, TV, music, there's very few and far between good projects.
Tons.
Right now.
Dude, I've said this a million
Is
times.
it, or are we old?
No, it's not that at all. Here's the honest truth about music, okay? Musicians aren't making any money. The labels aren't making any money. Therefore, either the kids have to do it themselves on the come up and rise off of SoundCloud or be independent because they're not spending any money on productions, producers, and all that shit like they used to. If you look at American Idol, it was on the other night, and we recognize some of the people from back in the day, and you're like, you can see what year it stopped when those kids stopped being fucking international hit makers. It's right around that time where, not Apple. Yes, Apple, but the iTunes, what's the fucking thing you pay for?
Apple Music.
That's it. So when Apple Music and Spotify came out, and then you're getting an eighth of a cent or whatever the fuck it is, that's when everybody stopped and was like, ah, shit, we can't pump in a couple $1 million into these new artists we believe in anymore. So these guys are going to have to do it themselves. Like Olivia Rodrigo, she's got rich parents. They were able to pay for this shit, and congratulations, it's awesome. But unless you're rich, I don't know how you really do it anymore, because recording and getting a great producer, which is what most of this takes, which is why Kanye's still able to drop hits, is because he's a fucking producer. But the rest of these guys, it's the same shit. And I don't think we're getting anything really groundbreaking in music for a long time. Even the Olivia Rodrigo, where I thought that was one of the best albums of last year. Tyler, the Creator, as well, and he won for it, but only rap, not for Album of the Year. With her, it's that House Baby voice that every female artist is doing now, where it's just Billie Eilish does the same thing where you could.
She's getting a little bit better, but yeah.
But you could give those songs to either of those artists. It would sound very similar, and they would be hits.
Billie Eilish was like 15 when she sounded like that when she was making that music, though.
Right.
15.
But it's that.
Yeah.
Do the over pronunciation of it. No. Everybody.
So it's the song Hush, Hush, Baby.
Yeah.
Hush, hush, baby.
Yeah.
It's
this weird over pronunciation.
like you picture them with a uke.
Yeah, a ukulele.
You know what I mean?
Ukulele.
And like a thick glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm liking this. Keep going.
Well, I know you are.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's Giorgio's girlfriend.
Who's the girl that sings that ABCD FU? What's that? God damn it. Gail. Gail is her name. Same style of voice. All of them are exactly the same. It's just like, I can't get out of bed. I'm too exhausted and my life sucks type of voice. And it's not like the great singers of like Whitney Houston or Adele or somebody like that. It's just kind of this
you're
just
not
good enough and you're able to
belting it.
manipulate the mics.
Yeah, you're not belting it out. It's just above a talk, whisper.
Yeah. Not a lot of notes.
Not a
one
lot
to
of
two
notes. It's
yeah.
just sort of like a
Greg
tone.
LaMontagne said it great. It's Adam Sandler singing. It is.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're just like, it's kind of just good enough where you're
Right.
like, all right, great. Yeah, I'll go along with it. But Adam Sandler's a comedian. And these
also
are
got a
real
gold record.
people that are singing this shit. And he's got a gold record, exactly.
Yeah.
But these are real people singing
That's
this.
how he got away with not having a great voice, which is the same thing that these people are doing, right?
Yes.
Is that you like...
You overcompensate and you do just a little accent on there where you're like, where does that accent come from?
For me.
Yes. Yeah.
For you.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can eat a turkey
Yeah.
in my big brown shoe.
Exactly.
See, like it sounds good.
Yeah.
You're not like, oh, that's a bad singer. You're just kind of like, oh, that's an interesting voice.
Oh.
That was
Yeah.
Adam Sandler. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that's what these singers are doing. If you just over pronunciate it and just kind of whisper.
And make yourself like interesting instead of good.
Right.
Right?
Whereas like, dude, 80s, 90s, even early 2000s, all these labels were spending money on artists that they believed in. If it was a colossal failure, it was a colossal failure. But they were trying to make hits. But I don't know where the money's being generated from. Movies, same thing. Look, when you don't have that box office to depend on, you're not going to make original shit. Like Nightmare Alley, I know we made fun of it on the show with Bradley Cooper and they pulled it from the movie theaters. It's a great film. Like once I finally watched it on HBO, I was like, holy shit, this is a great film that got pulled from theaters in 2 days.
I don't think we made fun of it.
We made fun of it for getting it pulled out of, it was pulled out of theaters in 36 hours. And by the Sunday show, they were ripping it out to put more shows of Spider-Man in there. And I enjoyed Spider-Man, it's fine. But if all movies are only going to be fucking Marvel shit, then it's like, all right, great, we're waiting for the next one of these to come out. Even Morbius, the reviews were terrible for this. And they said Jared Leto was terrible. Didn't matter. It opened up at $84 million opening weekend globally, and it's like, all right, great. Congratulations, we're going to do another one of these fucking things. So I think that's what's happening to art. Sports-wise, look, that's a whole different ballgame. It's just talent, but it's kind of like why you can't do the dunk contest anymore. It's all been done at this point. Television is probably the only place you could really break ground where you're like, holy shit. Like I'm still wrapped up into new shows where I'm like, man, how is this possible? We've seen endless great TV.
Yeah.
Winning Time is fucking lights out.
Yeah.
Bunch of those shows like we watch and you feel like, oh man, I'm at the end of it. And then another series comes out where you're like, this is fucking great.
Do you think you have more freedom in television, Ross?
You do. You do. Because there's so many scripted shows, so many fucking streaming platforms. You need the material. The only way you can get the material is if you promise either producers or writers a little bit more creative freedom like they used to do with movies back in the 60s and 70s where they're like, all right, great. We need fucking content.
It doesn't have to go to theaters. It doesn't have to hit all these other...
I think people are more interested in telling a story over 10 hours now than 2.5.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, they like the idea of people getting invested, like, you know, growing to, like, love the characters and feel like you actually...
Merchandising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It lasts longer. You're done with the work already. And then this project just like goes forever.
Yeah.
And you just get more and more beloved, and you literally just sit home and get more and more famous every week.
Yeah, and the actors themselves will be up for awards, and it'll help their career. Like, what do we watch? We're in the middle of it on Hulu with...
The girl from Plainville?
Yes.
You guys know about this?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Winning Time is on, The Girl from Plainville. We've been watching
It's
Super
that
Pumped.
Michelle Carter. You remember the girl that killed her boyfriend over text?
Text
Bullied
messages, yeah.
her
The what?
boyfriend, bullied her boyfriend into suicide or something.
Yeah.
Just do it today.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the girl.
Yeah.
So that series is on Hulu right now. We're watching that. And it's
Wait,
just like-
they made is it a doc series or did
No.
They did
a
both.
narrative?
So on
Scripted.
HBO
Scripted.
they did a 2-part, which was amazing. And then they did now they're doing on Hulu scripted with Elle Fanning.
How?
What do you mean how?
How do you get the rights? How does this what?
You get it ASAP. It's the people just snatch that shit up as soon as it comes out. It's like
Yeah.
It's like now all of television, like prestige television, is following like the '90s Lifetime movie model, where it's like they have to like
Yeah.
turn that story into a movie like next week. Like there's the Anna one, Inventing Anna, this fucking one.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's 2 fucking that chick with the deep voice.
The
Theranos.
dropout. I mean,
yeah,
forget it.
2 fucking Theranos things.
Right. So the people that are like snatching them up are different. Like, Wondery, the, podcast
Yeah.
fucking powerhouse. So they're really good at getting rights right away. And then if a TV show needs to be made, they need to call it the same thing. They need to say that it's based on the podcast. Jessica Chastain weirdly like buys up all these weird rights to stuff. Like if you see
Reese Witherspoon.
if you see like a Crime Corner, if you see something like this and you have the money at that point to just grab it, right? And
Yeah.
be like, maybe I'll do something with it. That's what people do.
That Renee Zellweger show on NBC.
The thing about Pam or whatever.
Yeah. That happened in suburban St. Louis. I remember just like reading about that in the local paper like 2 years ago, maybe
that's
less.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like I remember just being like, "Whoa, that's a weird story."
Yeah.
And it's on fucking television with Renee fucking Zellweger.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And it's named after the podcast that was a hit that was bought up by, so they had to like use Keith Morrison in the thing, but like,
Yeah, and Atlanta's back, which has been fucking incredible so far. Delco, since you just got back, I've got an interesting one for you, and I don't know if you know this about the opening episode, because I didn't. Jessie listens to every podcast there is. She's the messiah of this world. Opening episode, we're probably 8 minutes in, like roughly 8 minutes in, and she goes, "Hey, dude, you ever heard of that podcast? Blah, blah, blah.
Broken Heart.
Broken Hearts." And I was like, "No, I don't know what this is." And you were like, "Weird," because this is identical to that story.
And so you kind of test me and you were like, well, okay, what happens in it?
Because
And
I'd seen
literally
it. I'd
just
seen
said
the
whole
episode, and I didn't want to
thing.
tell you. Yeah.
And you were like, oh. And then we watched it. But yeah.
And it was identical, and
So does he just steal ideas or?
that's what we're kind of wondering after this.
No, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't tell you.
So
I've
he's
not
getting
inside his
sued
mind.
massively for This Is America, and he dipped out. He didn't do the Grammys. He didn't go whatsoever. Didn't accept the awards because he ripped that song. And if you listen to it side by side, it's really fucking close.
And look, I'm fine with it. I'm just wondering.
Yeah. So even at the end of the credits, she was looking for a source on
Like
this.
based on a New York Times article or based on the
podcast,
podcast Broken Hearts
yeah.
or based on the whatever. And it wasn't.
It wasn't. And they had said in the press that it was a nod to it, but they didn't say who, why, when, or where. And then I asked her, I said, when will the podcast come out? And it was at the exact time they were writing and about to shoot. So, yeah, it would make sense. And it's a weird, if that story never goes anywhere, Delco, it's a weird way to start off a season if you're not connecting back to that, because it almost felt like they were doing it just to do it because of the podcast.
I think it was to set the tone for like we're gonna get weird.
Yeah, because
And
remember
that's
the
fine.
end of last season where it was just like every episode like did not connect to the previous. So I think he's now in that world of like, I'm just gonna be fucking weird.
I don't mind it because
And-
they're all
no, for
good.
sure.
They're all very good.
But I'll have to see it with each one now. where
Yeah.
he's getting his ideas because they're not from his childish Gambino little brain.
Well, his brother also writes the show,
Okay.
so maybe.
Somebody was listening to that fucking podcast. I can tell you that.
I mean, a la Amy Schumer, right? Like, they were saying, which I don't agree with this at all, but they were saying she stole some jokes for the
Oscars,
which is like, again, she has a team of writers. They look at tweets.
She's a joke thief.
They see stuff.
Yeah, but I'll say this: that Oscar staff is hired beforehand. She was probably able to handpick 3 or 4 of her own, but they also give you a staff. So it's a big boy number there for writers.
So, Bob, can you pull up her literal recent tweet of making a point?
Now, was the show actually just like beat for beat the same story, or was it just kind of close?
No. It's 100% identical.
100% identical. And then I think
true story,
we
too.
ended up reading an article later that he did base it on a New York Times article, but I'm
Okay.
something.
Well, if it's a true story, then it's like they're just it's like an homage to something.
And
happened.
that's what I
Yeah.
told her. You are allowed
Yeah.
to use it, but it's certainly strange with the timing of that podcast.
Yeah,
That's all I'll say.
he's very known to do things like this all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like, have you watched Clapping Without the Wrong Reasons, where he does a fictional story about he's Rick Ross's son? There's also, because the internet, there was a hidden song in it that you then had to like type in a real web page, like learn to code to get part of the song, to overlay it over another song.
For Donald Glover?
Yeah. He
I didn't know
all these kinds of crazy little. He wrote an entire script that you're supposed to read along to with because of the internet.
okay.
Yeah, he's just all kinds of little Easter eggs and layers and
Which
layers
is
for his
great
fans.
if they're his ideas. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I love the creativity.
Don't you dare ruin this for me, Jesse.
I'm just saying.
I love Donald Glover.
I know you
He
do, and
cannot
so
wrong.
do I. And he reads a lot of stuff, and he watches a lot of stuff, and good for him.
Yeah, but it's
And
just
he
it's
brings
not all
it all
his.
together in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
you said it
Delco.
earlier. There's no such thing as originality or like a new idea. It's everything is just.
Well, but here's
a
the difference
rehash of
with
something
here's the
else.
difference with Atlanta and Donald Glover. He has the creative freedom to do literally anything, and the head of FX said whatever he turns in, we're fine with. Like he has full license.
And Dan's
we're not in
right.
the edits. We don't do anything.
Right, and Dan's right. If it's a real story, it's
You have the right to
interesting-
do it.
It's interesting not to like source it at all at the end. Like it could be one little blip, but look, it's a real story. You read about it. You made a thing about it. That's fine.
The
Did you
creepy
find
part.
the
The
tweet-
creepy part to me is you called it word for word, and you were like, "Oh, at the end of this, they're gonna fucking drive off the
Drive
goddamn."
off.
And I was like, "Holy shit, this is
Because that's what really happened.
yeah."
So Bob, she's thanking specifically for specific jokes, writers.
I'm like going through her page and it's just all fucking.
Amy Schumer on Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
So
she said
anyways-
she was triggered and she's gonna take a break.
No. But so I think it was really, really recent, and she was being, the backlash was about the Leo joke, which is like he's leaving a better world for his girlfriends because they're younger.
Okay.
And people are like, this is an exact tweet. This is a whatever from this one comedian. Like you stole this joke.
That's a pretty generic joke, though.
Thank you. But
I'm
she
not doing that.
did in a tweet specifically thank like each person for each joke that worked with her so that they can be blamed,
Yeah.
not her.
Yeah. No.
But was doing it in this way of like, I just want to thank them for helping me. This person for the Leo joke. This person for the, Venus joke, Serena Williams Venus joke. And each person she did. So like, go after them, not me.
Comedy is dead. Can we just say that it's dead? Because, I mean, not only do you have to worry about
It's
getting
an
slapped
easy
around, but now
joke.
you have to say where every single joke from everything else. Because some
Well-
asshole on Twitter could have written this, but let's face it, any fucking dude in America could wake up and write that generic joke and then be like, I did this first. And it's like, great, man. It's Twitter. I can't go through all these fucking jokes to try to find you
Yeah.
In Mobile, Alabama and
No,
give you
for
credit
sure.
for this.
That person's the fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like fuck you. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like there are people I know who like think they invented certain like sayings that are like really generic or like for example, I guarantee you there's someone out there who thinks that somehow It's Always Sunny stole Browning Out from them.
Yeah.
I used to say that shit all the fucking time.
Right.
Ross thinks he brought back Rad.
I did.
Do you remember when people? No,
I definitely did.
This isn't a joke at
Yeah.
all.
I know.
I definitely did.
No, he really believes
did.
in his mind, his heart, and his soul that he brought back people saying Rad.
I did.
Who says rad?
I did. Everybody.
Thank you.
Everybody says rad.
And so there are people out there.
That's rad, Ross.
It is.
There are people in here.
It is. Yeah.
Okay? There are people in here that do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, to claim that many, it's a really old joke, by the way, too. To like stake claim on
DiCaprio fucking
the
models?
DiCaprio global warming joke. I mean, it is good. I actually thought the Venus Serena Williams one was way better.
Yeah, this is why, as an artist, I don't read. I don't listen to other people. I just don't. I want to avoid all of that.
What's your art? No, I just.
It's the art of
You know what?
song, art of dance
Working out
is an art.
It
It's an art
is.
form.
It's an art form, yeah.
If you do it in the right way, which you clearly do, right? It's an art form.
I'd like to see him on HGH, but whatever, man.
It's the art of war.
We're trying to get as big as naturally possible.
Oh God.
And then hit the
HGH,
Right.
yeah.
You don't want to do that too soon. It's like
Makes you gotta do it forever.
Getting lip fillers,
Yeah,
right?
you gotta do it forever.
You can't do it too soon.
No.
Only do it when the top lip is completely gone.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're doing it forever.
Because you will be on it
Once you
forever.
make the decision, you're doing it forever.
For sure. Use cricket protein until then.
Yeah. Why not, dude?
How's that working?
Golden cricket.
Golden cricket. It's good.
I'm really
Eli's
proud
bars
of
are
that
really
little
fucking good,
fucker.
actually. I'm a
Right?
fan. I'm a fan of
It's
those.
like a real fucking business.
It seems like it. Seems like he's put the most effort he's ever put in, like for him.
Delco.
yeah.
Until we
for
find
sure.
out it's dog food.
But if it tastes good,
If it tastes good, I really don't care.
dog food has protein in it too.
Yeah, you're fine. Give me an Alpo bar. Let's beef up, dude.
If you
I'm
can make an
doing
Alpo
it.
bar like taste like bananas, give it to me.
Give it to me. Lay it on me, baby.
Lay it on me, baby.
I want to talk about this dead rapper hung up inside the club. This is fucking awesome. I thought this was a joke. I didn't think this was real. And so I had to source this from like 2 different places. TMZ had it. And then, so pop that up on screen. Are we allowed to? No, we just did.
You guys,
we're fine.
What?
What's the cuts thing on the side there? Is that a fucking ad for something?
An ad
Yeah,
for
that's
cuts.
probably
It's out.
Not
Oh.
a sponsor.
Not a
No free
sponsor.
ads.
Yeah, no free ads, bro. So this guy is actually dead. This is
And it's a real person
It's
dead.
a real person dead. It's a rapper
This
by
is the funeral.
what's it? Is it Gunu? Is that his name? Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Gunu. Now go back to that, Bob, real quick, because I want to break this down. So he's got his hand in his pocket, his right hand in his pocket. He's wearing a crown on his head, like a king. And then, is that a cell phone, Bob, in his left hand? Did they put a cell phone in there?
Yeah, here, it's either that or maybe like a
Yeah.
money clip. You never know.
I think it is. Yeah, it's something.
So he was embalmed. He got shot and killed. He was embalmed, and his wish was to be put in the club, embalmed, and then everybody have this funeral around him. Now, this club in D.C. that did it, I think the nightclub's name is Bliss.
Seems legit.
Double check that.
It's like
They claim
I don't
that
know
they
the
didn't
picture
know.
of it. Yeah.
They claim that they didn't know. They said that the people who organized it had said there was going to be a funeral in here. But they're claiming they didn't know that they were going to hang up a dead body in there. And
Bullshit. Have
They
you ever
had
tried
pyro
to
for
throw?
him?
Have you ever tried to throw a party somewhere? I mean,
none of that. But there's
Chuck E.
full
Cheese. I mean, you
waitresses,
really-
wait staff. No one told the manager, hey, dude, you know that funeral we're working? They actually hung
Actually,
the
they
dead
may
body
have-
up from the ceiling, and he's staring at us.
Yeah, here I got a video of the
oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
pyro.
Oh, let's
fire.
see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh, God. Is this the guy? Holy shit. No fucking way, dude.
That's a full club.
It's a full club. And they were charging a $40 cover to get in, which I think is a steal if you get to see a real dead body like that. James, you seem shocked right now, but this is your dream, is to find a dead body. You could have just paid $40 to go see one in
No,
Washington,
my dream is to
D.C.
find a dead body on a run, not like an embalmed, dressed, posed. You guys know
It's like a wax museum / club.
Yeah. Yeah. $40 cover. So people in the club, they said half of them were dancing and partying all night. The other half were mortified, but they didn't leave. They stayed and were just like, I mean, you had bottle service. Yeah, you had fireworks going, you had pyro.
We actually did an episode on this guy named Elmer McCurdy on Softcore History, who was a bank robber who died in like 1911. But his body kept getting passed around, and they kept thinking it was like a wax sculpture. So he kept appearing in movies like in the 60s and in the 70s.
We did this story actually. Yeah. I talked about this story, and it was, the body was so creepy, and for years. It was like fucking 50 years. This body would just show up all over Hollywood, and everybody was like, oh, it's fake, right? No, it was a real goddamn dead body.
Real dead body that was like hung up at the Pike.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you guys, who likes Nick Swartzen like enough to know the bit of like how he wants his funeral to be?
I don't.
Kind of like this, but he comes dropping from the ceiling, like, and it's a club situation, but it's a really good long bit and a joke that this person
This went down.
really did.
Yeah.
Here's another angle.
Oh, there we go.
Please, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. Look at that. So are his feet on the ground?
Yeah, he's standing up.
He's standing up. Look at
10
that.
toes on the ground.
Bam, 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 bam.
I think his
Yeah,
eyes are
how
open
is he
too.
hung?
His eyes
But
are
that's
open.
The thing is like in the Swartzen bit, like he would fall down, right? Like so
Yeah.
something would happen and he would fall down on somebody and like he'd be grabbing onto that guy right there, and then
Yeah.
it would be like mayhem.
There's kids in there. Those are fucking kids in the front row.
It's a funeral.
Are they his?
I don't know. He's 23, so who knows? Who knows?
It's a funeral. Though.
I like how there's a
they're-
VIP section as well.
Well, you got to rope it off.
Yeah.
You got to rope that shit off,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
If it's a $40 cover, imagine what they were charging for bottle service.
Yeah, what are bottles going for here?
Probably $5K.
yeah.
Oh, good
5K
point.
minimum comes with 2 bottles.
For like a
Yep.
bottle of Pinnacle?
No, you get 2 bottles of Grey Goose for $5K.
Good point,
some mixers.
Jessica. The embalming fluid is flammable, isn't it? Or no?
Well, it's
I've only
inside
smoked
the body.
You've only what?
Smoked it.
That's
So that
what
means it
somebody
is
else
flammable.
said. Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess it is, but not dangerous.
Get you high as fuck.
Yeah. So the VIP section is just like right above him, where the fumes are kind of
Ah, it's lit, dude.
look.
Let's go.
Be feeling blissful after that.
Yeah. I like it. I mean,
Originality might be dead in Hollywood, but it's not in the hood. That's fucking genius.
So,
dude.
No, but-
I mean, this has been going on for a while, like these types of funerals, for example, like
But not in
Yes.
the club.
not in the club, but like this is another one, dude. This guy wanted to be posed
Like, I hate-
like he lived.
yeah.
Is
No,
that, is he playing video games?
There was a
With Doritos?
reality. There was a reality show, Bob. I think right about
Wait.
Black funeral parlor,
really?
and
Oh,
like
yeah.
all they had to like do shit like this.
Yeah,
Sorry.
This is not Flavor
But
Flav?
their churches are better. Their
Yeah.
funerals are better. They just know how to fucking have
Party.
fun.
They know how to
and
party.
party.
That right there
And-
is my idea for like modern ghost. Like no one's ever done like a modern ghost show or movie. Like
Yeah.
just have a dude playing Xbox, eating Doritos.
right.
Just like the most minor inconveniences. Like he just like steals your clothes.
Yeah, little things. It's the little things that he does. He eats all your food.
Yeah.
Doesn't
He
do
like
the
messes
dishes.
up your Netflix algorithm.
Like, look, you show up and this guy's just fucking staring at you. Your friend.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
got a joint.
He's got a blunt in his fucking hand.
I forget the name of the parlor that they had the reality show, but like
Look at that
he-
fucking dude. Holy shit. That's crazy, man.
It's like, how can you make the worst day of your loved one's life worse?
Well, or better.
Seriously,
Because you get to
or-
hang out with him one more time.
That's not.
Or
I now want
they've
this.
got it fucking figured out. Like they don't take shit too serious.
I want it
right?
on record that that's how I want to go.
Same. This is the real
Terrifying,
mourning process.
Delco. Terrifying. What would your what would you want to
Yeah,
be
what's your
posed?
pose,
Lifting?
dude? What are you doing?
Lifting?
Deadlift for Delco. Deadlifts,
That would be an
right?
easy
No,
pose.
no. I probably let's just go overhead press. Something simple. yeah.
Overhead press.
Overhead
That way we
That
can
would be
hang
a
you hang it
really
from the
hard.
ceiling.
That would be a really hard pose to do.
No, because you can hang it from the ceiling. That one's easy because you're up. Oh. You're up, so you can hang it from the ceiling.
I don't know
That
because
was
you got to hang 315, Ross.
fun. Truth. Are you doing CrossFit weights or?
No one's overhead lift like shoulder
your
pressing.
funeral,
No,
bro.
315.
we want your PR. We want your personal record on there.
You're in.
That's how he wants to be.
Yeah.
Frozen is with a new PR where it's just like he finally got it,
He
guys.
Finally
Got it.
Everyone's kind of questioning it at the.
Yeah.
Like, did he really put that up?
Yeah, yeah,
Was that
yeah.
me there?
Did he hold the pose?
Like, is that,
Yeah.
is that
Did he
a
hold
real
it?
rep? No.
Yeah.
It's a half.
Are
rep.
his elbows locked? Are they locked? Check the lock on those. Check the lock on those elbows. Make
Yeah.
sure, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me, dude. We used to joke about shit like this in college of like, oh, dude, put a couple dead hookers and buy a bar, a cigarette, all this shit. But it was a joke. This is real.
I love the gall. I love the follow through. Mm-hmm. Like I do. I mean, the hanging guy. The only thing with that is like you could tell that he's kind of hanging, which I don't like. It's like, where did they hang him from? It looks very weird.
Sure.
This guy, he's chilling.
Yeah, this one looks a little better.
He's just like, what up? You know what? They put him at the front, right? And then you walk in and you go, who is that?
Oh shit, that's Steve.
That was Steve was out
shit,
front.
that's
Didn't you see him?
Steve, dude. What's
They're
up,
like, where's
Steve?
the casket? You just passed him,
You just
bro.
passed Steve.
You fist bumped him.
Say what up, dude. That's Steve right there. He's dead. Holy
wow.
shit.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I actually want everybody to dap me up at my funeral.
Oh yeah, they'd have to. They'd have to.
They have to.
That's part of it.
Just a crotch slap.
40.
Just have my hand out like this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. One arm up with the weights, hand.
Yeah, like a 1920 strong man.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
shave
yeah.
my head. I'll have a little mustache.
Oh yeah,
Little
sorry.
tiny
Don't
mustache.
screenshot what I just did.
What'd you do? Oh.
He did it too.
Well, you mean
Yeah.
that's the weight in my hand. I have nothing to do with
The
black
internet
power.
does not decipher.
Just
between.
don't open that fist, Ross.
Sure. Definitely can't do that.
Is there any? I mean, this is fun. Is there any more poses?
Bob, you got some more in there? I didn't know this was a thing, by the way. I had no idea. This is the first time I'd seen it. And except for this like ancient
Oh, Lord.
Mayan culture that fucking does this bullshit.
Yeah.
Is Homeboy on a fucking Ducati?
Man.
No way, dude.
Is this a white guy?
Did he die in a motorcycle accident?
That's not what someone looks like after they die in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, no. That was like he loved it and he just kind of.
This is how he should have went out. Instead,
Yes,
he choked on a
Yep.
Tostitos pizza roll.
exactly. It was something like.
Craigers is saying over under on how many people rub up against the body, 6.5. I guarantee you somebody touched it. Have you ever been in an open casket funeral?
Open casket?
Yeah, so I have. And I was not happy about it.
No.
I'll tell the story. I don't give a shit.
Isn't that most funerals?
It is.
casket?
Well, it depends on what.
Not anymore,
It depends
but
on what
yeah.
religion you are too, and shit like that. But because some people take it very seriously, like if you don't have an open casket funeral, for the family first, and then a normal funeral afterwards, like they get pissed off about it. But my grandfather was an open casket funeral, and so what happens is the family, we go in, there's like 2 hours beforehand where you're with the body and everything else, and it's like the casket's open and they're embalmed. I mean, it was, he's not hanging from anything, obviously, but he's embalmed, and you're just like, fuck, man, I don't want to. I didn't want that to be the last memory I had, like of my grandfather, and it is now because they embalmed him and they wanted it to be an open casket,
Right.
Because it is creepy and it feels like a wax figurine.
they
Right,
not
they
do a
don't
good
look
job?
quite right.
No.
Even the great jobs, they don't look quite.
No, it's like a
Right.
little bit too much blush.
And so at that point, I was already doing movies and shit like that, right? So I reached out and touched his hand because I wanted to know what it felt like. I was like, well, how do you get to this point?
I want to shake his hand.
It's
Yeah.
like it's like wax.
there.
It's like a wax figure. It's weird, man. And that's the last memory I have. And yeah, with this, what Craig is saying, I guarantee you people went up to him, hugged him, dapped him, the whole fucking shit. Like, without question, they did that.
yeah.
Without question.
And they're going to remember him in the club.
Yes.
In the club.
And
yeah.
so is everybody else now, because this thing is starting to go viral this morning.
I mean,
but-
I do like I like the idea of not taking it too serious, of leaving a memory of like this crazy fucking time.
Have a party.
As
Yeah.
a party and this crazy fucking thing that they wanted to do and they did it for them and everybody feels good and they can fucking move on, right? Like our sorry, but our white people way of just the casket with the open thing and not looking good and it's black and everybody's sad, fine. But I gotta respect like this fuck that shit.
Now I've got
attitude.
I see a picture out of the corner of my eye there, Bob.
I know, and
is that another one you can pop up?
And I'm kind of.
Oh my God! Is he the Flash?
No, it's the Green Lantern.
Oh, it's the Green Lantern. My bad. Again, I'm not into comic books.
The
and shit like
worst
that. Holy fuck.
movie
the worst
and
Ryan Reynolds movie ever.
character you could pick.
And look at how baggy the costume is too. Like it's not really
This
tight
wasn't high
fitting.
budget. Yeah.
This was not high budge.
I had to put him in the corner because I didn't think about standing him up. I just leaned him in a corner.
Leaned him in a corner.
It's expensive to hang a body. I
And
don't
it's
think
like
you realize.
one of the hands is out, the other one's covered.
Well, what did you say? The Flash or
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern?
Green Lantern.
Is that something Green Lantern did with
No,
the fist
no,
to the
he
heart?
puts it out with the ring.
Yeah.
And uses the
Maybe
ring.
he's, yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
This looks like he was going to be in the casket, and then they decided to take him out halfway through.
Oh boy, my God, dude, my God! Now that we know that this exists, do you want it, Japes?
Yeah, what would be what would be everybody's pose? I'd be in
for
a
you?
crime scene.
Yeah, I think you'd be.
So like I would die in like a really dumb
I'd got you
way.
in front of a smoker, actually. You know, like with the meat going and everything.
That would be fun, but I would die in like a really boring way.
Mm-hmm.
Sickness, cancer, something like that. And then I want like a full crime scene. I want to be shot
Yeah,
after.
sure.
And then have it be like this crazy thing that happened to me.
Yeah, no.
And so you like have me on the chalk, caution tape.
Everything.
Okay.
Everything.
What about you, Ross?
Me personally, I don't want any of this. Like none of it whatsoever.
Just play along. What would be your pose?
Oh, for me,
Yes.
I dunking from the free throw line, and I want the rig to carry me, so I'm dunking over and over and over again. So I dunk, I come back, and I reset, and it's over and over from the free throw line, and I want a full basketball court.
That's a lot of strain.
Well, look, if you have the money to do
arm
it,
is gonna come off.
if you have the money to do it, you want to do it, okay? And I want a full Jordan, like a Michael Jordan jersey, everything Jordan, and I want to do the free throw dunk over and over and over again, and then they just rewind my body back, you know?
I want them to strap me to like a cartoonishly sized rocket, like Acme from Looney Tunes, and then just shoot me over my friends and family.
Oh shit!
Okay.
All right, that'd be dope. Where do you land?
That doesn't matter.
Delco?
That's
Like,
a
do you go back home to Delco?
It's a different thing, but I like that as well. Georgia, what's your pose? What's your pose? What's your outfit? Kind of thing. What are you doing?
Cremation. I'm being made into a pie. And then whoever is my biggest enemy, someone comes to them and pies them in the face with my dead remains.
Bob just gave the biggest sigh of his life when you said
Well,
that.
don't be a hero. Go along with the thing. What's your pose?
Yeah, you gotta be what's your pose, Giorgio? I think you smoking a joint with headphones on
Yeah.
at an
Yes.
more than
EDM.
Yes.
Yeah, at an EDM event.
With a camera, a joint,
Not just sitting at a desk
laptop,
reading a book.
sitting at a desk reading a book, Giorgio
with
said.
Lisa Ann.
Or do we want him on a boat?
Okay, boat,
You're
open,
on a boat.
Hawaiian shirt, blowing in
Spread
the-
eag
Spread
on
eagle,
a
dude.
boat.
Yeah.
We have older ladies everywhere.
Older ladies who don't know you, so we
and
hire
a gay
them.
guy driving.
Yeah, a gay guy driving the boat. A bunch of edibles. And,
All right, Bob, you've had
and
a
some
lot of time.
popsicles.
What is it?
Yeah, what's yours, Bob?
I think my favorite thing to do is sleep. So
Oh, so it's just you in a coffin.
Yeah,
it's
man.
just
I
you and
like
a
it.
Okay.
yeah, I really.
But like a big one, like
In a
a
ghost
bed.
bed?
You can put me in the bed. Put me in
Yeah,
a fucking
put
ghost
in a
bed. But
bed.
I mean,
There
I'm
you
just
go.
asleep. Yeah.
We'll talk to them about it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they should be fine.
That's
As long
fine
as
with
you
it.
can monetize my death, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Premium content death.
Sure. Did you guys have anything planned for me when I was gonna die? Did you guys talk about it on air?
Yeah, we thought you were gonna die.
Yeah.
What was the plan? Did you have one?
No.
Yeah, but we don't
We don't have to.
No, we don't talk about what happened while Ross is dead stays when Ross is dead.
Why?
It's a different timeline.
It was, like it feels like it didn't even happen.
Yeah, you can go back and listen to those episodes.
Yeah. I
They're
mean,
still
it's
there.
all on, it's all recorded.
It's all documented.
It's like a meter of like yes and no, and it's just gauging the general feeling
Yeah,
of the day.
yeah.
Okay.
no, I don't think not any of us believed that you could be killed. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, I was ready to go on a lot of left-wing cable news outlets and talk about the right-wing podcaster who died of COVID after denying it's
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I was going to do those rounds.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Bob definitely had his future planned.
Obviously, yeah.
But as far as yours, no. Yeah, I
What
mean,
a boring
there
way
were
to die, though. Pneumonia, that sucks. That would suck.
Yeah, there were talks about like how good it would be for the company.
Well, there's a big life insurance policy.
No, not even that.
Oh.
Just like
All right.
premium content wise, or like, do you know what I mean? Like the last shows, the
exposure.
last word,
The exposure, sure.
You would
like
have been a Princess Di.
all the
Lady Di.
articles, everything.
Call me Lady Di.
Lady Di. Yeah, you would have been our Lady Di for sure.
Appreciate that.
So, but you
Beanie
can't,
Babies, you got
can't
to
be
assault some Beanie
killed.
Babies. And
You can't be killed. None of us believe.
I can. I think I can.
Well, obviously everybody can, but I
No, but
we did
I
not
feel like
believe.
it's more likely than usual. I used to not think it was. I really didn't. And now I think it is. Last night, that fucking thing tripped me out last night. We'll talk about it here. Who gives a shit? That fucking guy who woke up, the 19-year sleeping man. Well, pull that up, Bob. It's called the 19... I'm sorry. The guy who slept for 19 years. That's the name of it.
I'm surprised I never heard about this.
Me too.
But I maybe
Me too.
did
So he just died. And there was a guy who was in a coma
for 19,
for 19 years and then woke up.
Just woke up and lived 19 more years.
Oh, is that a recent picture of him? Pop that up, Bob. I didn't see a recent picture of him. It looks pretty good for 19 years. Holy shit.
Is that his wake-up day? Because he looks like he's in a hospital.
Yes.
No, like wake up day was.
No.
Oh.
So wake up day was, if you look before he went in, I think he was 19 years old when he went in, and he had gotten his girlfriend pregnant, never
No, he's
even saw the
23.
child. 23. Yeah, there he is.
He was 23 when he went in.
There you go.
Looked like he was gonna have a rad fucking life, right?
Look at that dude.
He had the stash, the hair.
Yep. But he still looks pretty good on the right for
Sick.
19 years. Like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Wait, so what happened to his kid?
So the kid, he woke up. The kid was 19 years old. The kid was an adult.
The kid know about him? Does he know like his
Yes.
dad's been in a coma?
100%. Because that was his girlfriend, and they were dating and all that stuff.
She
and
remarry, obviously.
I don't know, because they said the family had taken care of him, and they said that the doctors had said it was that the family showed up every day and gave love to him, and that's why he was able to wake up 19 years later. But the fact that they put in those 19 years, and you and I were talking about this last night, you were like, why didn't they pull the plug? And at first I was like, well, it is your son, daughter, whatever it is. No, you would probably want to just wait, right? And then as we were really talking about it last night, I was like, dude, after being in a coma for 2 weeks, you're living those days, even though you're in a coma in your mind. And it's not the fun kind. You're not seeing like Jesus or old dead relatives or shit like that. You're living out weird days.
It's not Vanilla Sky.
Yeah. And so after chatting about it, I was like, you know what? There's no way. I couldn't do more than a month, I think. Like, because
You did a month, right?
He
was in for 40 days, I think, but he was
I was in a coma for what?
coma for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
And that's enough, like, because even reading that story last night, you still remember the dreams and all the shit you had while you were in it. And those are memories that live with you. And it's weird how it pops up in your mind later on. And you're like, oh, that definitely didn't happen, but I remember where I was and everything else. I can't imagine 19 years of having those dreams. That's crazy to me.
Well, I mean, I don't know where the hospital is that lets you fucking chill for that long, because
Well, there's dark
Even-
rooms in every hospital that have patients like this that are in there for months and months and months. Now, years I haven't heard of, but it depends on what state you're in. And also, like, whatever your will reads, and I'm sure he didn't have a will that young that said, hey, if I...
look at that guy. He doesn't look like he's got everything in order. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't have his affairs in order for sure.
Yeah. So he died. He died finally. He was 57 years old. He died last night. And when I was reading that story, I asked you, I was like, how's there no podcast on this guy? That's fucking nuts, dude. 19 years.
Somebody's bought the rights, right, Bob? Somebody's
Has to
got it.
have.
It's probably Jessica Chastain. She's going to play the guy.
Great.
Unrecognizable.
Kate Blanchett is the 19
No, you know it'll
years
be
coma guy.
Daniel Radcliffe.
I believe it.
Yeah. He's going to be unrecognizable.
Why does he look Mexican in one photo and white in the other?
No.
I think it was just the time. Like that
No,
was the picture on the left. Like that's the 70s right there.
Yeah.
He had a stash. He had long hair.
That's a non.
That's just the white look.
Yeah.
Back then.
That's just a white
Yeah.
man's look back then.
Feels appropriative.
And then on the right, he looks like a normal dad.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is just
like-
your dad.
Yeah.
It's your dad.
Not my dad.
This is my dad.
So he passed away and at 57, which is weird. Where you're like, oh god damn it, dude. I spent 19 years in a coma and they wouldn't even give you until 70, 75. Like, let him live out some years,
Well, they do say that, being intubated or being like in a coma like that, like takes years off of your life.
Great.
You're definitely aged when you come out of it.
Great.
You would think the opposite because you're just getting great rest.
You would think, right?
Yeah, you would think.
You would think.
You would think. But I talked to Summer, friend of ours, one of our best friends, and she was the one who had read me. She was talking about all the articles afterwards and everything else. I had no idea about any of it. And then once I really thought, I was like, oh my God, everything you're saying is true. Then applying it to this guy for 19 years, I mean, your mind would be fucked at that point. I don't know how you come out of that. Yeesh. It's terrible.
And I reassured you that I would pull the plug for you.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
And what did we choose? 3 weeks? So another week and I would have.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah, 3 weeks. That
No,
was
I
it.
think it was like when you're getting on like 5 years, I don't know how they kept doing it
I don't
for
either.
19 years. I really don't.
And I had never heard this story, and when it popped up last night, it was in People magazine. I was like, what the fuck,
Oh,
dude?
someone has the rights to that shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Somebody has to. It's in People. It wasn't like this is in, the Toronto Sun or Star or whatever the fuck it is. Like, this is People magazine where you're like, all right, this is poppy enough for like all of Hollywood to buy the rights to this. But I guess you'd have to go through the dreams and shit,
Yeah.
It's a weird story. Super weird. And whoever wrote his obituary, that should have been maybe proofed a little more.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So his
That was a good one.
name was Terry, and he had a brother named Perry.
Perry.
And
And a sister named.
I don't know what the sister's name
We're
was.
going to
Mary?
assume Carrie.
Mary or
right?
Carrie, yes.
Mary.
One of those two,
Yep.
maybe. And it said he liked to eat. He liked to eat anything, and he liked to drink Pepsi. No lie, that was word for word in the obituary. And then the last part was he was a big teaser. He loved to tease his little sister. And I thought to myself, man, maybe pop on a different writer for that. Just a different, maybe float that by somebody else in the family who's a writer or, something else. I don't, after 19 years in a coma, you don't deserve for that to be your obit in People magazine.
Terry loved to listen to Perry play the guitar, and he was a big teaser of Perry.
Correct, yeah.
His sister.
And so that was in there as well. So he
And
does
I kind
play
of
guitar.
love it.
Yeah.
I kind of love it.
Craigers is saying Jables would have taken care of Ross for 19 years. I think he would have too. 19, yeah.
I joke.
I don't know. I don't know
But
that
we
you
are
want to
going to
let
definitely get that living will
You wouldn't-
taken care of. No.
It
What?
is done.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't want to live that long, would you?
I wouldn't want to live for 19 or
Yeah,
what?
would you want to be in a coma for 19 years?
No.
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 No. And knowing what I know now, no, dude. No more than a month. That's fucking too intense.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 weeks was intense. I can't imagine. Because again, you have fucking full memories. Creepy, dude. Creepy. Almost as creepy as the next one. There was a woman, this blonde chick that looks like Nicole Brown Simpson,
Oh, yeah.
woke up OJ in the middle of the night at 1 a.m. For a fun TikTok video. That's the last fucking person who should be doing that. Bob, can you pull up that video of this? I mean, you're taking your life in your own hands here. As a hot blonde waking up OJ in the
How'd
middle of
she
the night.
get into his room? Or what?
So is the,
It's a fun party. You can put the
Let's just
volume
play
on.
it.
Yeah, I was going to.
Yeah.
So, man, this is like the equivalent of that janitor who stuck his arm in the tiger cage.
yeah, right? Yeah, it is intense.
Play this clip, Bob. You're taking your life in your own hands. All right, let's go. Let's go. It's party time. His arm is held up like he's holding a knife.
Let's get up. Ready? Up and up. Wakey, wakey, hands up and sneaky. Come on. The kids, man. The kids. Come on.
Just some UNLV sorority girls waking up OJ at 1 a.m. Not necessary.
Who was the old white guy at the end of that clip?
So his best friend is this white guy, and they play golf together and do all this shit together. So I'm assuming that's him.
So it's just, they're at OJ's house is what this looks like. OJ went to bed, and he's out there with the 5 or 6 group
Yeah,
of girlfriends.
yeah,
Still
so
on coke,
he
yeah.
parties all the fucking time in Vegas. Dan knows the bar. I forget the name of it. But he's always at this one sports bar, and he watches all the games every weekend. So, like, you can go
I
and
think it's
party
in the
with
Cosmopolitan.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
He's banned from the Cosmopolitan.
Oh, okay.
For life, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they wouldn't let him in, and then he,
Raged.
yeah. But it's off the strip. This bar, fuck, Dan's not here, but I'll figure out the name of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But he goes to this bar all the time, and everybody's always taking pictures with him and shit. And it's just like, man, dude, you waking up OJ at 1 a.m.? Because his hand
it
was like
1
this.
a.m.?
His hand was like this when he woke up. And it was just like, whoa. Yeah, it was 1 a.m. 1 a.m. when they woke him
Oh,
up.
because in the TMZ, I think the last line was, "She's lucky he's a morning person."
Yeah, there was daylight.
Oh, there was daylight?
Yeah.
Look at this. It's daytime.
The text on the
These
video says
girls-
waking up
these
OJ at
girls
1
have
a.m.
I know,
been-
but look, that's... Oh, no, never mind.
No,
That's
no, no,
light.
it's just a kitchen, dog.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it's
You're
1 a.m.
right. You're right.
It's a nice kitchen, too. Quartz. Looks like he's quartz countertops. It's nice.
It looks like a penthouse somewhere.
Yeah.
But
And that's fine, too.
just old
Is it?
ass OJ and old ass whoever the other guy is, and that's just
It's
the
a
whole,
gross
Now when
life.
they're old.
Yeah.
whole situation.
Yeah. It was like when somebody sent me Ric Flair partying at a club the other night, like dancing, but he's super old, and you're just like, oh, God damn it, Rick, why don't you just stay married, dude? Like, it's sad. And like with OJ and his old buddy going out to the clubs, because those girls probably aren't fucking OJ in them. Like, it's just more or less like, hey,
One
let's
of
go
them
back to the
is.
house and get a video.
One of them might be just because she doesn't, she's more into the story, the content than the other ones.
The
but
bag.
She was born after 9/11.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
and
Probably true.
but yeah, and then she's kind of the one that has like, let's just go to OJ's. Like, do you know what I mean?
She doesn't just do the coke. She gets the coke to take home.
Yeah.
She's not like, oh, I'll do the
Or
lines with my
she
friends
kind of like
there.
stays.
Do you have a friend that would have sex with OJ Simpson currently?
Yes.
Do I have a friend that would?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Why?
I'm just curious because, like, that takes a lot to have sex with OJ Simpson. Like, that's a lot. Knowing what went on.
I don't know if you need to have sex with him. I think you just.
No, I'm just asking the question.
Oh, I think you just would be the main bitch that can bring over the girls.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We could just go. I mean, it's 1 a.m. We could just go to OJ's. Oh, that's right, Amber. Fucking you guys. Amber hangs out with OJ. Let me show you.
His friends got coke.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old white guy's got coke.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And
Yeah.
in Vegas, 100%, that's the vibe.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's the vibe.
And that penthouse, by the way, that's probably in like the back of, that's like the Palazzo or something back there where you're like, all right, cool, you have a kitchen. Nice little kitchenette, bring back some food, wherever he was snacking on.
There's an extended stay probably area.
Something to nosh on.
Did you see after Will Smith's slap, he took to Twitter to tell Will Smith he needs to control his anger?
Oh, that was the
Yeah.
best.
That's awesome. Hello, Twitter
I was
world.
like, the expert is weighing in.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, that's not the answer.
It is the answer.
And if anyone knows, wink, it's me, wink.
Oh, and then we saved the most depressing story for last today here. They opened up a sports bar in Portland that is only going to be showing female sports. Yep. Yeah.
What's what are they trying?
I guess
Who
they're
are
just
they
going to call
trying
the
to
bar
get in there?
bankruptcy or like a Chapter 11?
Yeah, it's called what, like sports bra or something?
Sports bra.
The sports
Yeah,
bra.
Yep.
Man,
Is
this
it or no?
legit. A lot of people say when woke goes broke, but like this is legitimately going to cause them to go bankrupt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
It is called
one is
sports
going to
bra.
this.
Yeah, it's called sports
I
bar.
got it's up on screen.
It's up on screen.
I like women's sports, and I try to ride for women's sports, but like no one is going to this bar.
Pop that up, Bob,
No.
on screen.
There are also 0 sports bars in America that are men's sports only.
Yeah.
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 Yes. Yes.
So that'll
And
be
so,
open
look,
for about an
who's-
hour.
Can we? Is there? Oh, we need to zoom in on the people that are outside,
What's women, obviously.
right? But it's a certain.
Oh, boy. I see who you're looking at.
I know
there.
exactly who you're talking
I
about.
don't
so
know.
do I,
and then keep
Jesse.
keep zooming over. Sorry, keep. Yeah, and then we've got
Here's
that gal and those
Girls that watch sports don't watch women's sports, though.
Yeah, they don't.
That's
true.
The fucking thing.
I know.
I'm tired of all of these people. I was telling this to Dan off air the other day. It's like they're mad. It's like people who don't watch sports are mad at people who do watch sports that they don't watch women's sports. And it's like, bitch, you turn on the TV
Yeah,
then.
Yes.
You fucking watch it.
If every woman
yeah,
in America turned on female sports, it would be the highest rated programming there could possibly be,
Right.
but they're not doing it.
But women don't like sports. Not real ones.
They do.
Women like the woman on the right.
Shut up,
do.
Delco.
There are
Yeah.
women that like sports, but they do not.
They are
watch
few
I'm
women's
and
not
sports.
far
talking
between.
about the exception.
Yeah, they are
I'm
very
talking
few and far
about the
between.
rule.
Okay, well, I'm talking about Delco. Okay.
In
Well, yeah.
Delco,
Yeah, every female in Delco likes sports.
But you
And
don't have
are
a
they-
choice.
They like
Are
the
they-
Eagles and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
are they girls that you would?
Mary.
No, they're Delco girls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This
'Kay.
woman on the right, Dan Hubel's picture up again,
Like,
very much enjoys sports.
Yeah, she loves
I like sports in a bar with dudes there,
Sure.
us going together, food,
Yeah.
drinks,
and look,
fun times, other girls that are there with their sports dudes. That's how I like sports. I think that's how a lot of women like sports, right?
Yeah.
The everything else of it.
and there are hardcore like
There
women's
are.
sports fans. Like so a couple
In
years
the
ago.
chat, they're going to be like, but I bet you do.
Yeah. Like I went to Mizzou played UT in a NCAA tournament game here a couple years ago, women's basketball tournament, and we went to those games, and because there was 2 games, and dude, there was like a section of we sat right in front of these loud fucking lesbians that looked exactly like that woman in the Nike
Yep.
pullover. They were going fucking
Die
bananas.
hard.
It was great. I loved it, but
Loved it.
there's not that many people that ride or die for it like that.
Thank you.
And if you want it to get more popular, fucking watch it.
Fucking watch
Yeah,
it.
so-
Don't make me add to my list. You don't even have a fucking list.
Exactly.
No.
Your guys are getting rid of things.
So we need more lesbians,
Yeah.
is what he's saying.
Getting rid of teams that aren't, do you know what I mean?
Power lesbians.
We're literally getting rid of baseball.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it
yeah.
feels like baseball is
Disappearing.
disappearing slowly, like a picture in Back to the Future.
Right.
Yeah.
But, and that's like, you have basketball, football, baseball.
But so with baseball, I understand
And
it. And
it-
you can apply this to women's sports. With baseball, I understand the decline of it is because it's slow. The game is slow. And when you go now to the ballpark, you're all netted in. So you can't really catch a foul ball anymore and all that other shit. Like the way that sport is played for today's generation isn't fast enough. Where I understand why basketball is fast-paced, football is fast-paced. And the gambling aspect of it, you can't really bet on baseball. The odds are horrific. And you're just betting on the best pitcher. There's not a lot going on for baseball. Same with women's sports. You can't really bet on it. They're not dunking in the NBA. They're not hitting home run. Like, you're not seeing unbelievable talent, except for the women's soccer team, where they just fucking dominate everybody, and it's fun.
Maybe they just show wrestling, because I know WWE has taken like this giant leap towards like women.
I'm down with that.
And dude,
it's exciting.
It
though.
is. So WWE, the girls in WWE and the girls in AEW are fucking dope. So that I'm in for, and like even in person or watching it, especially AEW. Obviously, I'm AEW Nation here. They're fucking awesome. Dr. Britt Baker is one of my fucking favorites, dude. And she's a real goddamn dentist.
This is not a sport, though. This is like a performance. It's more of a play, which I would say women are good at.
Right.
No, it's real to me, damn it. Sports entertainment.
But it's entertainment. Sports is entertainment. So, yeah, it's fun. I mean, shit, case in point this weekend with WWE, Pat McAfee destroyed this weekend. I mean, it was crazy. All the shit that he was doing, like self-taught. Did you watch any of that?
Self-taught? Yeah, he squirted water out of his mouth.
Was he at WrestleMania?
Yes,
Yeah, he was at WrestleMania.
Well, talk about Logan Paul's
It was going
performance.
head-to-head against
And he stole the
Duke
show.
game, so no, I didn't watch it.
He stole the entire show. So I watched the clip afterward, full disclosure. I didn't watch it live. I was watching that game as well. When I saw the full clip afterward, I was like, holy shit, how the fuck did Pat McAfee do this, man? It was amazing.
They have rebranded professional wrestling so well to transcend to this next generation. Like we thought it
Ronda
was dead
Rousey.
and over.
Yeah.
Like professional wrestling was like from its heyday in the 90s to like what it became in like the mid 2000s.
Oh, dude, Paige Van Zandt.
Paige Van Zandt just signed on to
Somehow they have
AEW.
Just worked this back. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, freaking Gable Stevenson.
Logan Paul, great example. Logan Paul looked like, because he was in that fucking thing too. He looked like he could be champion of the world in fucking WWE. He's got all the tools.
It's not rebranding, though. They've always done this. Mr. T, Mike Tyson, like those guys would always just run out and wrestle. Like
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman. You would perform for like a night or maybe a week.
But I genuinely think like Logan Paul could probably do it as a career if he wanted to. He looked great. So did
Logan
McAfee.
Paul take professional wrestling to the next level?
Could he?
Like, could he somehow like Logan Paul it?
He's got the
TikTok
body
smear
for it, and
Gable
he's got the
Stevenson?
personality for it.
Just put like that's his biggest. He beats Gable Stevenson to like win the title, and like that. That's exactly
It'd be great. It'd be fucking great. Yeah, but you're right. Female wrestling, Jesse, is that's fun for sure.
But I just want to note that the World Series obliterated the NBA Finals in ratings this past year.
Who? Oh, it was the Braves.
Yeah, Braves Astros beat Bucks Suns.
Remember
I was
that?
in a coma.
Remember that?
I was in a coma,
Ross?
Bob. Don't remember any of it.
Yeah, see, they could have been even higher. The ratings could have been
Yeah,
higher.
Yeah,
you would have
see?
had one more set of eyeballs watching.
Yeah.
Instead,
yeah.
they were closed, dude. I was in the club, so I was almost dead. Yeah, so I have
And
no idea.
even like my love of whatever, my sports, anything that I feel for or whatever is connected to my dad.
Yeah, that's
or
true.
my husband.
It's true. Yeah, 100%.
Like it's always connected to some kind
Or
of
a friend. Like last night.
male memory. So look, sorry, come for me.
Well, last night.
There's no girls that are doing girls' night at the fucking sports bra or going to a fucking game. Just girls, not connected to any fucking dudes whatsoever. No boyfriends in the fucking thing. Go ahead.
Husbands.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, look, as long as they have good food and the drinks are good, they'll probably be okay. Just no one's going to go there to watch anything other than, I don't know, tennis. Like maybe catch a whim.
Yeah,
Serve
you're
some-
right. Female tennis is great to watch.
Yeah, but it'll be on in the regular sports bar.
It's true.
Right.
So, like, if you went there last night, they're just not playing the fucking national championship.
No, they were not.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's
even on.
So that's not on? Really? And someone comes in and goes, a woman is like, can you put on?
I went to Kansas.
I
Can
actually
I please
do.
watch?
Yeah. Like, actually do like sports. I'll watch all of them.
Church curse happened last night. Church curse. Eric Church. He
Oh,
deserved
good,
that.
good. It
He
didn't
deserved
happen
that.
when it was supposed to, but it did happen.
Boy, some would say that's worse. That was a very Atlanta Falcons-esque way to lose last night. Bob called it, by the way. I'm gonna give you your shine, Bob. You sent a text at halftime that said, if Delco and I were both on this thread, and I said this game's fucking over. Delco said this game's fucking over. I went to go and shower, and you had written a text. And you were like, Kansas could come back. And I was like, no fucking way. They were down, what, 15 at
Yeah,
halftime?
well, 16. But I remember,
16.
or they got down 16. But I only said that because I was trying to reverse mush it. So I took Kansas on the show. I had money on Kansas, and I was hoping they would come back.
But the spread was 4, and they
Right.
only won by 3.
Right, but I teased it, and I also teased the under.
Oh,
Who said it wasn't over? I think it was Bob, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob, so
And
Bob
everyone
was the
just-
only one who said this game isn't over. So I took a shower. I was like, fuck this. I took a shower, and I got out of the shower, and I just checked my text message because it was on commercial break on the TV. Checked my text messages, and it was Bob saying, I fucking told you Kansas was coming back. I was like, wait, before I text him back, I just want to see the score. And then it popped back on. It was 46-45, and I was like, what?
And like his worst fear too, Remy Martin was just hitting shot after shot.
Oh,
Martin
yeah,
went
yeah,
off.
yeah. And I told Bob he should have gone to Kansas. He'd have been a 2-time Natty winner.
Nah, they're 5 years away from being UConn. It's fine.
But what was Missouri ever, I guess, is the question. Like, you could have been a 2-time champion.
Also, Kansas probably should have won the national championship in 2020, so this was just kind of like a make good.
Yeah.
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 They were probably the favorites.
I just wanted to see a great game. It was a fantastic game last night, and both teams had fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, one team did.
North Carolina kind of ran out of gas. They only had 5 guys.
They
so it's
did.
like-
They were
They
exhausted.
ran out of gas, and also there was just like weird, unsustainable shit happening in the first half. Like Kansas was missing so many
layups. I mean, they missed a lot of free throws too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, North Carolina just didn't have enough guys. They weren't deep enough. So
Great
Yeah.
building block for the future, though. You know, basically a rookie coach coming in there, making it to the finals, knocking out Coach K like that. It's just, it sets them up for success in the future.
But I mean, dudes were
It's
fucking puking on
illegal.
the court.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's illegal for what?
It's illegal to have this conversation in sports bra, by the way.
Yeah.
It's true. You can't
We
even
cannot
have this
even hear it.
conversation.
We can't
even
hear it.
have it. So what are they not?
Unless
'Cause
it's WNBA.
Tiger Woods just announced an hour ago that he's coming back for the Masters. Are they not going to show the Masters in there?
No.
Tiger Woods?
They're gonna show.
Do you get it?
The LPGA feed.
We need to have our own stuff, man. I mean, would I like more women in Congress than making these sports bras? Sure.
Yeah.
But look, we'll take what we can get.
They'll
This
be-
is our place.
They'll be playing the Lot Championship from April 13th to 16th. Or no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is it the Chevron Championship this weekend?
Chevron was just this past weekend.
Oh, so there is
Yeah.
so they just won't play anything.
Yeah.
There's no event this
Well,
weekend.
there
That's
and
right.
you guys know there's always an ESPN classic they can put on.
Not for women's.
Or
It'll just be a Pat Summit documentary.
I mean, it could just maybe they have like some feed, just one guy out there with like a dad cam, just covering the Cactus Tour.
Yeah, yeah.
that could be us.
That's just
right.
That could have been us.
Could have. It could have.
There's got to be like a women's cornhole. There has to be, right?
There'll be something fun. They'll figure it out.
Or
gonna-
it just turns into
Or they go bankrupt.
no. It starts out as sports bra and then
Turns into the
it
jock strap.
it turns into like bachelorette watch parties and all the fucking thing. Real
That's what this
Housewives
is, right?
reunion. What?
That's what this is.
Yeah. Sorry, there's nothing on. I guess
Bravo.
we'll have to look.
Bravo.
And then people will be like, "Can we just admit this is what we want to watch?" And then those ladies that are outside are going to be
Smoking cigarettes.
pissed.
Yeah.
No. Pull this menu up. They literally have a signature cocktail titled Title IX.
called the Title
Title
IX.
IX.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah. Me and my date here, we're gonna have round of Title IXs.
Yeah, 2 Title IX.
Brought a Title IXs.
Yeah.
Serve the women first, obviously, before me.
Look,
Clearly,
it
she's
sounds
gonna peg
good.
me at the end of this date.
Bourbon, peach liqueur, simple syrup, and mint.
Yeah,
It's
she's
called
for
the-
sure paying on that date.
The suffrage, yeah, exactly.
The suffrage act. Can I get a suffrage act, please?
Just a suffrage.
Yeah, and a no abortion. Can I get a Shirley Temple no abortion? That hold the grenadine.
I mean, look at this thing.
My body.
My choice.
Balance beam, crunch time, the underdog,
The pickleball.
triple axle.
Cherry picker.
Now, maybe this is the Texan in me, but there's like a serious lack of margarita.
Yeah.
on
What about
here.
their wine list though? How's their wine list?
Small.
Sure,
Well,
fine.
It's like the IKEA Juneteenth menu, right? Like in your attempt to be woke,
Yeah.
you are now
Horribly racist.
horribly racist, sexist.
That was also an episode of Atlanta.
yeah.
Was it really?
The Juneteenth party, remember?
Oh yeah.
Juneteenth party.
We couldn't get that one to play.
Which one? Oh,
It
yeah,
must
yeah,
be
yeah.
the
Shit.
third episode.
So we have this weird fucking TV that whatever the exact
No,
show we
it's-
want to watch
Yeah.
just doesn't play. So we have to go and watch something else and then go rewatch it later. I don't know why, and I also feel like Hulu just isn't there. They're close, but they're not there yet. The commercials on Hulu are so fucking loud that you're like, why is this so? There used to be an FCC rule against it. So local television stations.
Hulu's getting around that.
Local television stations back in the day used to do this as a trick all the time to get you to listen to the advertisement. They used to jack up the sound of the commercials, so that way you were forced to watch Ed's tires coming at your face.
Yeah, I remembered that.
So the FCC enacted a rule where it had to be the same volume as the event or show you were watching. I guess with streaming, that does not exist anymore because you don't have to deal with the FCC. So you can just jack up those ads as loud as they'll go, where you're just remote diving of like, oh God, why?
I like Andrew Ball is like, oh, they just didn't think to bring in any like women-owned liquor business, like nothing.
Oh yeah,
literally.
What's the Bethany's Skinny Girl?
I would love to know who owns that bar. Do you know what I mean?
It's in Portland, Oregon. I think it's a dude.
Bra?
I think it's a dude. Yeah.
Of course, it's a dude.
It has to be because this is a terrible business idea.
Yeah.
And men have the worst business ideas.
Yeah. And by the way, as a woman,
put
like
money into it.
we don't want that, right? Yeah. It's somebody that's like, you know what we should do? Yeah.
They'll love it.
They'll love it.
There needs to be one of these in the U.S., you know. Like
Well, there is
making a change.
and we're talking about it. So maybe people will go. I don't know what they're going to show for the next 2 weeks.
You're talking about it in the same way that you talk about WNBA, but nobody fucking turns it on.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Brittany Griner's still in Russia. Nobody cares. Biden doesn't care.
Yeah, but
if it was Steph Curry over there, they'd have his fucking ass playing.
Even
tomorrow.
if it was Deladon, it would probably be like an international issue.
Maybe with Deladon, maybe. But Brittany Griner, the best player in the WNBA, they don't care. They're like, oh, great, she's still in jail. Oh, well, they'll figure it out.
That argument drives me insane every time someone says it. They're basically saying, like, if she was more famous, more people would care. Yeah, no fucking shit.
Yeah.
No shit. And also, like, yeah.
And then what? You're mad she's not famous? Then turn on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, make her more famous, dude.
Yeah.
That is all you. Like, of all the things.
Yeah, like the people that are mad, Bob's saying, like, yeah, like you guys aren't mad about fucking women's sports not being represented. So
the chat is really here for Bob right now, and they want to get him a podium.
Shit, dude. Look, this is Bob's day.
I watch women's sports.
It's
like, legitimately.
It's a good.
Bob's fired up
point.
because Kansas won.
It's a
really
bad
it.
fucking day.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a good point because the people that are mad about it are not
watching it.
Yeah, no, it's like they're like yelling at sports fans who already watch sports to spend more of their time.
Like I've said, with any women's issues, the one thing that we do is ask you guys for help with it. Do you know what I mean? Hey, we need some help. And you guys are like, man, we can't help you with everything. You're going to have to do it yourself, babe.
Do it on your own. Do it on your own. Now, if that chick who owns Spanx, do you know her name? She's on Shark Tank a couple. Yeah.
Oh, no, she owns...
She was the first, $1 billion?
Sarah Blakely.
Yeah, that's it.
She's the
But who's Spanx? Because she was first.
Sarah Blakely.
Yes.
She founded it.
So Sarah was on Shark Tank before the Slim chick was.
Yeah.
Now, she was the first female billionaire, I believe, in the United States. If she wanted to really make a change, she could buy an NBA team, be the first female owner or football or whatever.
She doesn't want to.
I know.
Because she has a motherfucking business to run.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I do. But this is the argument of like, hey.
What? Tell me.
She is in the sports business.
Shut the fuck up. What does she do?
She is a minority owner of the Atlanta Hawks.
Good night, everyone.
Because she's a fucking businesswoman and she wants to make money.
Sign off first, James.
Just like I said.
Yeah.
The only way to move women's issues forward is for men to help us with that. But anyways, love you guys. Rate and review. Don't cancel us.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.